Happy Frugal Friday, KSquad. Today I'm talking about how I consistently save money every month. Let's get into it. The first thing that I do is I consider savings non-negotiable. It's not open for debate with myself. This is a rule I set in place years ago, so I no longer have to think about it. I no longer consider it. I just do it. I treat my savings like a bill, and I do not deviate. Even if times are a little more tough, I will still save something. Maybe it has to be a little less than I would like, but it's never eliminated. In this case, even though the Kate method is keep focus, adjust, track, and eliminate, this is something I do not eliminate. Savings is a priority. I treat it like a bill. It's non-negotiable. It's happening, and I prioritize it every single month. If I ever find myself in that position where that's a real struggle to get a number up there of savings, I find another way, but I don't take that away. I will sacrifice something else, like less entertainment, less something else, because that savings is a top priority. This leads me to number 2. This one, in my opinion, is the hardest to do. It was the hardest for me to let sink into my brain that this was the way, and that is consistent action over motivation. In fact, I changed the title of this video because I was going to talk about how I stay motivated to save money. That's not the right word, because if you're waiting to get motivated, girl, you might be waiting forever. If I waited for myself to feel motivated to do most things, there's some days I wouldn't even get out of bed, period. So you can't wait for motivation to hit. Instead, commit to consistent action. The consistent action is going to lead to the result over feeling motivated, because motivation is fleeting. You can't just go with how you're feeling, because your feelings will fluctuate. A friend of mine always seems so motivated, so enamored in what she's doing and passionate. And I said to her one time, I'm like, how do you stay so motivated? And she said, I'm not, but I do it anyway. And that sunk in with me. She's not motivated. She looks motivated. She's getting the results, but she doesn't feel like doing it either. But she just does it because she knows the action will get her the result. If you don't do the thing, you won't get the thing you want. Know what I mean? This leads me happily to number 3, and that's, how do you do the action? How do you get that action done? For me, it's to create rituals to get it done. My favorite ritual daily is pairing coffee, my morning coffee, something I love, with something that I was trying to make myself do, something I must do, which was budgeting. And that was because I wanted to get my finances in order. I wanted to start saving money. I wanted to start reaching some money goals. And that daily practice, that daily ritual, was the thing that was going to get my mind on my money. If you don't pay attention to your money, you don't focus on it, you don't put some energy toward it, it might just be something that you forget about. You don't get any results because you're not giving it any attention. You're not mindful, you're not intentional. So when you pair something you love with something you must do, it starts to make them go hand in hand, and you just do it, and it's more pleasurable this way because it's paired with something you love. So I love my morning coffee, love that cup, and I pair it with 10 minutes of looking at my checking account, making sure I input any expenses from the day before. Or planning for the month. Oh my gosh, I love planning my budget, telling my money where to go. So what's ended up happening is, over time, this ritual has become something I look forward to. I love this 10 minutes of the morning. So when I go start brewing that coffee at home, Of course, I make my coffee at home, right? And as soon as that sound of the Keurig kicks in, I'm like, oh, all right, here we go. And I go sit down, and then my cat jumps on my lap, and I'm giving Kiki her little morning pets, and I'm doing my budget. It's 10 minutes, and I am focused on, okay, where am I at? Where do I want to go? And it's a pleasurable, simple morning ritual. So think about, what can you do to make that more pleasurable? It might be something as simple as coffee. It might be some other goal that you're trying to reach. Maybe you're trying to educate yourself on something. So you listen to a podcast while you're on your walk, or a YouTube video like this one. You're listening to that while you're walking. So you're pairing something you love. You love to go walking while you're learning. There's just so many combinations you can do. If you can think of one right now, leave it in the comments. What do you pair together? Something you love with something you must do. It could be folding laundry while you watch your favorite show, something like that. Let me know if you've got one down in the comments. I love thinking about these things because I'm always looking for ways to make my routine more pleasurable, more productive, but, kind of fun. So it's not enough to just hear my words right now. You might be listening to this and you're like, that sounds good, but now let's do it, right? So let's do that today or tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this, whenever it makes sense. Put it into action. Think in your head, savings is non-negotiable. So I'm going to do consistent action. I'm going to make the effort of saving that money. How am I going to do it? I'm going to come up with a ritual that makes this more enjoyable, and you're going to pay attention to it, right? So let's pick a number. Pick a number for yourself. How much do you want to save this month? And we're going to go for it, okay? So it could be $1,000. It could be $500, it could be $100, it could be $50, it could be $10 this month if you've never saved money before. Whatever amount you pick, let's go for that. If you want to let me know in the comments, you want to be a little accountable, go ahead and drop it down. But the idea is to pick a number that seems reasonable right now, okay? Like that sounds like a good number. If you get to the end of the month, next month, and you realize it was way off, like you could never save that much, you've got to decrease it a little to be somewhat realistic. Or if you hit it easy, you got to increase that, right? Maybe we're too reasonable. Let's see what we can do. Pick a number and let's save it this month. If you want to share down below, let me know. I love hearing what you guys are up to. On that note, I have some viewer comments of the week. In a recent video that I shared, one of the comments that I shared with you guys, one of the KSquad members had saved $7,000 and was on Social Security. So I just want to highlight, I love that you guys are paying attention. Erica wrote, saved $7K while on Social Security. No more excuses for me. Refocusing on savings and paying down my mortgage. Yes, Erica, I love that. You heard it. You're like, wait a minute. If she can do that, I can do it too. And I'm cheering you on, Erica. You got this. Which leads me to Rebecca Redding says, good morning. Before I started watching you, my money seemed to just disappear. Now every month I pay myself first, extra toward principal of my home, then monthly bills. Living this way, I will have my home completely paid off in 2 years. I bought a $10,000 CD, and on average, I save $1,000 each month. Would you believe I'm on Social Security and a teacher's retirement check? So if I can live below my means, then most anybody can do the same. Thank you for teaching me not to rely on using credit cards. I put mine away. I'm completely out of debt. Rebecca! That is so exciting, right? So guys, please keep sharing your takeaways, your successes. I love to share and get excited with you. Rebecca, that's awesome. And Erica, keep me updated, everyone. I love reading your comments. Okay, so say you just listened to this and you're like, all right, this sounds good. I want to consistently save money every month. I have accepted that savings going forward this month is non-negotiable. I'm going to commit to consistent action over motivation. And I'm going to create a ritual that works for me so that I can get this done. And then now you're thinking, all right, I need more frugal tips. I got you. I'm going to leave a video for you right here next to rapid fire a whole ton of frugal living tips to help you on this journey. And guys, if you ever want more, just go to my playlist. I have frugal living, living below your means, some minimalism in there, saving money tips, buying your first house, all that. Whatever you've got going on, I've probably talked about it. I am so happy you're here. If you haven't hit subscribe yet and you like this kind of content, please hit subscribe, hit the like button. It'll get to more people. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.